Welcome to the Musically Fit Musician channel. We're going to be looking at intervals of a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth, and what they look like on the keyboard. But let's first look at the word interval. Interval has to do with how far apart the notes are. You could think of it as a way of measuring the distance from one note to the next. Let's go to the keyboard now to see what those intervals actually look like. The interval of a second is simply one key to the very next. We count the bottom note and the top note, 1, 2, and we call that a second. And then from there, we move to a third, count the bottom note and the key in between and the top note as well. 1, 2, 3, an interval of a third. We can go on. An interval of a fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't make the mistake of thinking of this as a second because there are two keys in between. It's going to be a fourth with two white keys in between. The next interval, of course, would be a fifth. 3 white keys in between, but when we count the bottom and the top note, as well as the keys in between, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, an interval of a fifth. So we can have larger intervals, a sixth, going all the way up to a seventh, and to an eighth. In the eighth, we have a special name for that. We call that an octave. Now we can play a game together. I'd like for you to find something small enough to fit on your keys. I'm using an eraser, but you could also use a penny or a nickel. You can stop the video right now to locate that. Once you have that, I'd like for you to place it on a C, preferably middle C, but it could also be the C below or above. Just make sure that you have it on C. Now, let's see if you can follow these directions. From the C, we're going to move up a fourth, next we're going to move up a second, next we're going to move down a fourth, now we're going to move up a third, and the last one is down a second. So did you end up on an E? I hope so. If you did, that was the correct note. I hope that you will think about the intervals as you practice. It's just a wonderful way to solidify the piece and help you feel more confident as you play. Thank you so much for watching.